Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we mail it in as we celebrate National I Love Horses Day. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Cool, Lenny Eckstein, and Tim Swyatt.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Yeah, so yes. National I Love Horses Day. And of course, we know all bourbon fans apparently love horses because, man, they love that blends. They want those little horsies. And of course, the ABV Barrel Shop, the first shop in the country to address this love for horses. We give you a horse with your purchase of one of our barrel picks. So, yes. And our customers love it. Kathy's got one right there. She's zooming in the wrong way here, but yeah.
Well, I'm trying to get the color. It's a unicorn.
It's a unicorn, yeah. Every once in a while you get a weird one. There's a cow that got through. A couple mules have gotten through. But
I like the ones with big hair.
The big hair.
Reminds me of my high school days.
There are some that have big hair. So yeah. So it's fun. You have to search through. You got to get the right one. Which one feels right for you? But we'll talk about this horse stuff after the break, of course. For right now, Tim said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, Tim?
So I had the high school graduation party here at the house a while ago, okay. And then I found one of the kids was saying something out of he didn't understand what it meant, and my son Ben was saying, yeah, he doesn't get it. He keeps on saying he thinks what he's saying means something else, but it really doesn't. So, for example, this is convenient here. He says, yeah, I got to go see a man about a horse, and what he doesn't understand is that it really means he's got to go take a shit.
Right.
However, so do you have any other situations you have family members or friends say something that they're like, yeah, you got to correct them on the side, be like, yeah, when you say Cleveland Steamer, that really means something, not what you really mean. It's like,
it's not a riverboat.
You got to be careful here. Yeah. Exactly. So it's not an attraction at the local Six Flags. So, right. Well, it could be possibly depending on which Six Flags you go to, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in first.
Okay.
Yes. Fire away, Kathy.
Yes, my dear friend McNew does another podcast, and she was talking about Worcestershire sauce.
Uh-huh.
I cannot say it.
She kept calling it Horchester sauce.
Horchester.
I can't
Horchester sauce.
Horchester.
Why would you call it Horchester sauce?
Horchester sauce.
You're almost there.
I can't.
It's Worcestershire sauce, right?
Yeah.
Worcestershire.
It's Worcestershire.
Yeah.
It's like Michters. Michters. I always screw it up.
No,
Michters.
You know what fucking sauce I'm talking about, though.
Worcester. I don't know if I'd immediately know that you were talking about Worcestershire sauce if you're saying Horchester.
Horchester. He's like who wants to whore with Chester?
Right.
I mean, if there are whores in a line, I'm not picking Chester.
Why? How does Horchester sauce come on your podcast, which is about ghosts and spirits? How does that?
I was talking about putting it
in like Horchester.
Horchester.
Horchester. Okay. How does that come up, McNew?
Because I was doing a Bloody Mary, and you can add that to Bloody Marys.
You probably shouldn't because they couldn't say it. So yeah.
How do you say celery then, McNew? Do you say celery? Celery? Celery?
Celery. I can say that.
Gotcha.
She prefaces what she says.
Prefaces it.
Yes.
And she also prefaces the biopics.
The biopic.
Yeah,
God, I love McNew, but it's a biopic.
Biopic. It reads like biopic.
Biopic.
Because it's like a biography, but it's a pic. Sure.
It's a biopic.
Yeah.
Biopic.
It's a biopic.
But this doesn't even touch on what I was talking about. So
I mean, a biopic is something else. It's if you think biopic, you think a photo that goes with your biography that you might, if you're going to be like a guest speaker at something, you provide a written biography and a photo. The biopic,
Steve, I thought it's a picture about your biology. I hear biopic and I hear dick pic is what I hear.
Dick pic. Well, maybe that's what she's looking for. Yeah, she's fishing for that. Yeah. That's what she's
fishing to snort. Now here we go. There's a small talk.
Yeah.
You're making Pam blush. Stop that, Kathy.
She's in the shower though, so yeah.
Yes, she's in the shower listening.
And listening.
So what I was going to go with from the beginning is we were talking about things that were misnamed, right?
Right. Yes.
Yep. Or like turns of phrase or something that they're like totally getting it wrong. Like, yeah, you don't understand what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snowball.
Right.
I walk into a perfectly good bottle kill and many bottles were killed, and they want to talk about, we're going to make a new brand and we're going to call it a Snowball.
Right.
For all the listeners, I want you to go to Urban Dictionary and look up a snowball.
They all know what it means, I would assume. They've seen Clerks and stuff like that.
I actually had to look it up, and I regret it.
I don't know how people don't know this, but
I didn't know that. Maybe
I didn't. Here's how I found out what a snowball was. I have a brother-in-law, and his cat is named Snowball, and it's not white. I'm like, your cat's not white. And he goes, it's a snowball. And then I had to think about what he was doing with my sister.
God. I hate to even think about it. It's horrible.
And then I go to a bottle kill, and they're like, we're going to name a whiskey Snowball because it's about coconut and Hostess.
Can't you just let it go, though? I mean, it's not like this group is going to get together and really start a liquor company, get an LLC, source whiskey, and then flavor it, and then be like,
you know what? For you, Steve, I will let it go.
I would have just.
No, I was educating them.
You were educating.
I was not responsible what happened after I educated them.
Right.
When other people had to go out onto the sidewalk and say,
right,
we're doing a bottle kill. Here's what a snowball is.
Yeah. We had something similar back when I had the corporate job. One of the guys threw out there, and just like a private meeting in the boss's office, just hanging out, small talk, casual talk thing. He talked about teabagging, and my boss, who's like an old stiff, he didn't know. He's like, "I was teabagging last night. I had some of that." And he's real loud. The guy who said the teabag thing, he's like, "I was teabagging last night. I had some of that Earl Grey," and we're like, "What the fuck?" We're like, you gotta look up what this means. Don't be
party. You're like, you guys have fun.
Oh fuck, he's teabagging. Wow. And you know how people are in a corporate environment. No, in their everyday life, like they're here with friends, like we're laughing about it. You get some of these people that be like, this just ruined their whole motherfucking life. Like their whole life is ruined.
They're filing complaints.
They heard a man say the word teabag, and it just they're offended, they're hurt, they can't believe. So they run right down to HR. Which is what people do, what adults do in the corporate world. That's what they do. They run down and someone said teabag out loud, and then next thing, it's fucking great. I hate corporate America. Yeah, bullshit like that. Like, because someone doesn't hear that a million times on TV or whatever, and even if you don't know what it means, educate yourself. Have some fun with it.
It's not offensive.
Right, exactly.
Like Lenny, how large is your HR department at Deerhammer?
Yeah.
Well, we hired out, so it's quite large.
Smart.
It's quite large. Yeah. Yeah. Lenny, you ever have any sort of incident with someone who didn't know what a word meant or something like that?
I'm sure I've had lots, but there's one that comes to mind. This is a while ago, but my mom is I think there's a lot of words she doesn't know what it means, and she
Right.
mispronounces things famously. But this was an instance of we were in a restaurant, and growing up in the Mid-Atlantic and like kind of pretty close to the coast, my always big seafood eating family. We're in Colorado, and they had Rocky Mountain oysters on the menu. So my mom started saying, like, they have oysters. Let's get oysters. And this is loud. Like,
Right.
barking here. I was like, hey, Mom, pipe down. Like, they're not oysters. So then she can't let that go. It's got to be even louder. She's like, what do you mean they're not oysters? What are Rocky Mountain oysters? And she
Oh,
screamed.
God.
The bartender's like, ma'am, they're bull testicles.
Well,
Right,
they're
right.
cow testicles,
Whatever.
technically.
Yeah, okay.
Are
fine.
you really a
Cow?
cow?
The cows don't have testicles. They're female.
Cows don't have testicles.
They're
Cows are
young-
female.
Bulls do.
Bull-
They're
bulls do?
bovine
Yes.
testicles.
Oh, okay, I can live with that. I can't live with
They're
cow
fair.
testicles.
Bovine
Yes.
testicles.
Yeah, we're not going to let cows having testicles slide on this podcast.
No, we can't. We won't, and we can't.
I do love Mommy Eckstein's. I lost to Adina Ewalds on pronouncing one word on a virtual event. I lost my Deerhammer hat. I wanted that damn hat so bad, and Adina got it right, pronounced it right, and I pronounced it wrong, and she won the
Oh,
she won the
that's
swag.
right. Yeah,
That was 3 years ago.
yeah.
That was probably on the Bourbon Talk Show. That was probably a Bourbon Talk Show.
Urban
It
Talk
was.
Show. Yeah,
It was.
yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah,
Those were good days.
they were. I'm taking down my studio.
Still missing
just
the
right now.
Arlo episode.
Yeah.
Arlo's backed out twice, but he's already been paid in chocolate
Oh yeah, he got
coins.
paid. He got
That's-
paid. He owes
You know.
Arlo owes us an
I
episode.
do it now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's big into like he wants to be like YouTube famous. So
Okay.
He
Like-
had
Oh my God, he wants to be an influencer.
Oh yeah, that'll be good. That'll be a
he
good
doesn't know
role
what
for him.
he's talking
My
about.
10-year-old daughter at the time was like, "Oh, you have some." He's how old is he? Oh, I want to be on there too. She's like all curled up in a blanket, ready to go see Arlo, and she was disappointed. She
Oh, yeah.
really wanted to see.
she had
No.
questions ready. Like she came with questions. She was
Oh, yeah.
prepared.
We were ready to go.
She was prepared.
We're ready to go. Arlo let us
Yeah.
down. Arlo let us down.
She failed twice. I think one had something to do with Amy, but whatever.
No, he
Okay.
broke his.
There was one with a broken arm. He broke his arm like the day of or day before or
Yeah.
something. There was that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of them. That seemed legit. I don't know about the other one. Didn't seem too
Yeah.
legit. Yeah.
The other one was not legit.
No.
Oh, the other one was your kitchen situation at the
Mm.
distillery. You had issues.
Your
that was
your kitchen was just a mess. So yeah, you had to clean your kitchen one night.
My
so,
kitchen's a mess every day.
Yeah, there you go.
Did it really
McNew?
mean clean your kitchen or did it mean something else? Well, I'm just going to leave it
I
there.
need to clean my
McNew?
kitchen.
Besides you butchering words, McNew, any other stories or?
So I have a recent one. So my mom got new neighbors, and she hates them because
Okay,
they really they had kids, and they were just really obnoxious kids.
sure,
Well,
sure.
My mom loves kids. Like she is like the Nana of the year. Like my brother's
Well,
kids.
if you're related to her, yeah, I'm sure she's great. You're not related to your mom. Oh, she's tough.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
understand.
But she hates these neighbors' kids because apparently they're just little terrors and they're horrible. I don't know. I don't live there anymore. But she calls her neighbors the Dans. And I thought that was their last names. And I was like, oh, the Dans, they live there. And she was like, I saw one of them post something like in their town Facebook group because for some reason I'm still part of it. And I was just like, isn't that your neighbor? I thought his last name was Dan. And she's like, no, his last name is what it is. I was like, why do you call them the Dans? And she says, oh, that stands for dumbass neighbor.
Oh, the Dans.
Oh,
That was their last name for 6 months. I thought their last name was Dan. And she's like, no, that stands for dumbass neighbor. I was like, you
It's a
could
dumbass neighbor. Yeah,
Old
that makes
baby.
sense. That makes sense.
Like, nope, their
I
last
want to hang out with your mom.
My
Oh,
mom's
yeah.
fine.
yeah.
She's a character. She's a character.
I'll tell you
As you
about
can
my
imagine.
mom off the air because she
My mom was-
started listening.
She has
Your mom
her-
listens to this show?
She started listening in front of me, and she's like, "I thought there would be video. I thought it was like a TV show." I'm like, "No, Mom, it's just you just have to listen." And she's like, "This is boring me." I'm like, "That's okay."
That's good. That's
The
good.
way
right?
your mom has conversations with you on Facebook about you posting pictures of cocktails and stuff. Are you drinking right now? It's 10 a.m. It is so awesome.
Yeah.
My
I love
mom's
her.
87 years old, so we have the best conversations ever.
I bet
Okay.
you.
I'm sure. Tim, you asked the question. What's your deal?
Mine was the kids walking around the house saying, "I got to see a man about a horse," and I'm like, "Well, you can use any of the bathrooms inside. They're all on this floor." And he's like, "No, I gotta get out of here." And I'm like, "Well, you could take a
you
dump
gotta
over here." He's like,
burn a
"Is that
mule?
what this?"
You got to burn a mule?
Just try
Like, exactly. He's like, "Is that what that means?" I'm like, yeah. So Ben hasn't told him yet. He waited for. He did not tell his buddy. He's been saying this for like a year. Because Ben mentioned it one time in passing. He's like, "Oh, I like that one. That's cool. I'm going to say that." So he kept on saying it. Just meant that I got to go home. I got to roll. Not rolling because he's got to use the facilities.
Yeah.
It was very interesting to see his eyes open up that I've been telling people that I had to take a shit for over a year. And you didn't tell me. That was great.
Yeah.
Well, lessons learned before you go to college. You got to learn.
What was he using it for? What he was just throwing it out there as a
throwing it out there saying he had to go. He had to leave. Yeah, I got to go see a man about a horse. I got to go. I got to take off.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was it. Like I got work. Instead of saying I got to go to work, I had to go see a man about a horse.
Gotcha.
I got to go burn a mule.
Burn a mule. That's the real one.
I was entertained.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with McNew.
I was going to say that. McNew should kick us off.
McNew.
McNew ran to see a man about a horse.
Yeah. McNew's burning a mule.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I just looked up a Cleveland steamer.
Oh.
Come on.
For the video audience, Kathy is leaning back, shaking her head in shame and disgust with her arms folded. She can't even look at us right now. She's looking away from the screen.
It's an angry posture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm disgusted.
Well, it's time to drink. We'll have Kathy go first.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop off the Cleveland steamer situation, and I'm going to honor Stumpy's because there is a voting thing that happens where we pick our favorites, and Stumpy's won first place.
They did.
So I'm going to have one of their Old Monroe straight wheat whiskey bottle and bonds, and hopefully beat Lenny again.
Oh, wowzers. Okay. Lenny, you want to even try, or you want to just take this one off, buddy?
Concede?
Sit it out, Lenny. Sit it out.
I've got a bottle of Colorado's own Talnua, single pot still whiskey. This is their
also new. All these new bottles.
Yeah, you know.
It's Sealbach money, man.
Shh.
Swipe on that.
God.
I didn't hear anything.
I heard
Kathy
it.
tried to swipe the set.
I heard
it. It was a gentle. It was a
Uh,
gentle rub of cork.
There's no
Rub of
popping.
cork. Do I need to look that one up too, Kathy?
Gentle rub of cork.
Kathy has the
Urban
lead
Dictionary?
by talking over Lenny. So I've got Boxing Bear.
Lenny got jobbed.
Yeah, so rude.
Yeah, he did. It happens. Here we go. Swide on the set. Decent, but Decent's not going to win this one. Kathy has the lead. Well, let's have Tim go.
I've got some of this Maker's Marquess Strengthy because I think that's how it's pronounced. So, oh my God. There we go. All right. I didn't prep it like Lenny. Get it halfway done and shake it up.
Is it a screw top?
Nope.
It is a
That would have been
screw top.
that would have been very entertaining if it was a screw top, Kathy. Well done. That would have been great.
Okay. Well, we heard something there, but not enough to take the lead.
Not
so,
enough.
McNew, you're last but not least. Kathy has the lead. What do you got?
Well, I don't even want to play, so I do have a screw top of some old Fitzgerald.
Okay. There you go.
That's
Spectacular.
best screw top of the night.
There you go. Cheers, gang.
That's the win.
Yep. Kathy gets the win by talking over Lenny. All right.
You know what?
take.
I feel like somebody needs to put Lenny back in perspective.
He needs humbled. Kathy did
Yeah,
that.
she humbled him. She humbled
It
him.
needs to be put back in
She
perspective.
had to cheat to do it, but by God, she got the job done. So there you go. Fair enough.
Yeah,
fair
pretty
enough.
humble now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
real
look
humbled.
humble.
I could tell.
Your tin
Yes.
of fish.
He's eating a sandwich right now. He's eating a sandwich.
Yes.
He's so humbled. Yeah.
A meatball sandwich with shredded cheese.
We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be celebrating National I Love Horses Day. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
Hi, this is Rick Brenner, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Shouldn't it be the legend?
Maybe.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we are mailing it in for National I Love Horses Day.
Yes, we are. Does anyone here love the animal horses? Not to look at them fine, racing. It's cool.
So can I tell
It's a
you
horrible
a story?
pet. Horrible pet, right? They're expensive. They take up a lot of room. They shit a lot.
No.
Their vet bills are high. There's no
They're
good.
made of glass. They're just made of glass.
They
Yeah.
bite.
They bite.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I lived in a
Dirt,
delusional world
gases.
child where from when I was 5 until I was about 15, I asked for a horse
Sure.
every Christmas and every birthday. And
That's
we
what
lived in
girls do.
that's not a feasible thing. My mind was like, we have a big backyard. You can just tuck him back there. I asked for a horse for every holiday, and I was pretty obnoxious about it. But you know what? Like, I had no business owning a horse. My parents were right to be like,
Oh shit.
But you own a horse now. His name is.
"Hard one. Do you know how expensive a horse is?" I
Right.
have no idea. Zero recollection of how
So
much.
expensive. So expensive.
Well, if you found $50,000 in a wall, you could have bought a horse.
I could have bought a horse,
Yes.
and I might
Yeah.
have fed it for a while. You got to feed those things. They're expensive.
And
They're
they
so
don't
expensive.
live for like 5 years.
Oh, no, they
things
live way
like
too long.
I
20
don't think
years.
that's true. Is it?
They live like 30 years.
Yeah,
A
that
horse
was
will live
like
30 up to
Unless
30
they're
years.
being run in races.
Yeah. Well,
No, I didn't want to run it in races. I wanted to have it in the backyard so I could ride it and just be a horse girl. I just wanted to have a horse.
Sure.
So
makes
I
sense.
You want to
grew
wear
up
those
in a-
high cut pants, the little beanie top thing with the short vest and jacket. Yeah.
Exactly.
Tall boots. That was you.
Tall boots. Yeah.
Wanted. I had a Barbie that had that, so I thought I could have it in real life, but I didn't realize the cost that goes into having that.
Yeah.
Well, as a kid, no one knows the cost, but where I grew up, in my backyard, I'm gonna get through this story.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Power your way through it. Go ahead.
No.
My backyard
I'm sure it's going to be good.
in a suburb went down to a creek, and on the other side of the creek was a horse place. They had
Sure.
like 5 horses.
Horses.
So
Horse
when
place,
we went out
yes.
into our backyard, there were horses over there.
Sure. Horse place. Yeah.
Yes.
You say that like you don't believe me.
No,
Horse
it's
place
fine. A
or
horse place.
horse place?
What do you?
Field.
No, there were
Horse?
horses,
H, not WH. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Horses, a horse place.
and there were just like a few. There were maybe 5 or 6.
Just a few horses sprinkled.
At the horse place.
Go on.
Sprinkling
Go on.
Worcestershire.
That's my story. There were
That's the
horses
story.
there when I grew up, and I thought they were majestic, and I wanted one, and I was going to name him Dusty.
Every girl wants a horse. They're gorgeous creatures. Every girl wants a horse. I think we all have this moment. Some of us
No.
grow out of it.
Oh,
Sooner.
good. Hopefully. Yeah.
So, what do you boys in this podcast think about horses? And
Don't give
I
a
Love
fuck
Horses Day.
Yeah, I don't care about horses. I don't want no horse.
They're only worth
Why did
betting
you
on.
make this a show, Steve?
Because
Make fun of the
What are you doing with this show?
they love horses. Bourbon. Look, there you go. Look at the makers
that
mark.
one. Color by number.
Yeah,
Party
that's-
horse.
That's
Party horse.
that's Lenny's special bottle there.
I've got 2 actually. Yeah.
Oh, he's got 2
thing though.
NFTs. Yeah,
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
I'll
It's
retire with
NFTs.
this NFT money. Got this
Yeah.
one.
Right. Oh wow! Look at
Those
that.
Maker's Mark
Cool.
bottles?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
It's a collaboration with Maker's Mark. The
Yeah. See,
horse,
bourbon fans love horses for some odd reason. So yeah.
So I was at a bar during the Belmont Stakes,
Sure. Go ahead.
and it has to do with horses.
Yeah, we get it. It's a race.
Okay. So I was at a bar, and they were saying we are having a gamble.
Yeah.
A gamble. Yes.
We're having a gamble.
gamble.
We got.
If you like to have a gamble,
A
you can
gander?
pick a number of a horse for $2.
Okay.
And if he wins the Belmont Stakes, you get $18 because there are 9 horses, $2 a horse.
So everyone's an equal bet. It doesn't. There's no
Everyone's
way.
an equal bet,
Equal
and
odds.
it's random.
Right.
You're not choosing the number; you're pulling randomly the number.
Okay.
So I pulled the popular horse, and as the race was happening, I'm very excited because my horse is winning. People are telling me to shush.
Was your
But
horse's
I
name
won.
Cleveland Steamer?
Okay. If you got to name
It
a
was called
horse,
Kentucky Flow.
no horses have ridiculous names. What are you naming your horse?
I'm naming my horse Cleveland Steamer.
Cleveland Steamer.
No, I'm naming my horse KK's Cleveland Steamer.
Wow.
I'm going to name
There's a
mine
lot to
Royce
unpack
Neely.
there.
Royce Neely. It'll be my racehorse.
Horse
Royce
Neely?
Neely around the corner. Royce Neely.
Here comes Royce Neely. Here comes
Here
Royce
comes
Neely.
Royce Oh, it'll be great. It'll be great. And there's nothing he can do because once you use a horse name, they get retired. It goes into the
That's
National
right.
Registry. You can't. He can't now buy a racehorse and be like, I'll just call him Royce Neely. You can't. Nothing he can do. So
See,
That was
mine
an
would be
early-
either peanut butter and dreadlocks or Mrs. Rogers' Neighborhood. Those are 2 band names that I thought I played in Mrs. Rogers' Neighborhood in college. Peanut butter and dreadlocks was our number 2 name. I thought that was a pretty cool band name. It'd be hell to say on a horse announcer as in a race. I think that'd be fun. They got to be difficult names in order to really stand out.
okay.
Too.
Okay. Lenny, what would your horse name be?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
Angry Vegan?
yeah, maybe.
Cold Carl.
Ham and Grill Ruiner.
Yeah.
That rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
ruined your
Really,
grill in the. Never mind.
Yeah.
I just don't really care for horses, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
I'm allergic to them. I
You're allergic to horses.
yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
Just horses?
No. Dogs and cats as well.
Dogs and cats. You have a
And
dog.
sunflower seeds.
You have a dog.
Humans under age 5.
Sunflower seeds?
Sunflower seeds. Yeah, of course. If you're allergic to cats and dogs, you're also allergic to sunflower seeds.
Really?
Correct.
Everyone knows that.
You know, and then
It's like
anything
Pam Hoyle.
less than
She is-
60% coca for sure. It's got to be higher than 60% coca, or
Right.
he can't eat it.
Right.
You know, it's got to be the
Pam
finer
is-
chocolates.
She's lactose intolerant, but she can drink chocolate milk because it changes it, the
No.
molecule infrastructure.
Well, that's
You
like strawberry milk.
There's
You can
no
drink strawberry
wheat
milk
in
too because
milk.
it's made from strawberries.
Yeah.
No wheat and milk.
Well, it's two different afflictions. She's been struck twice.
Wheat
She's
has
lactose. So we're not talking about her glutardedness.
Right.
We're talking about
Wow.
her lactose intolerance.
Yeah.
I have
Exactly.
a horse story if one is willing to hear a new horse story.
Okay. Let's hear a horse story.
So the general grew up on a farm, family farm,
Okay.
and we got we're in central Illinois, about 187 acres.
Sure.
They used to board horses there. So we're there for a family birthday party. And here's the city boy out there wondering, what the hell's this horse running around with this bat swinging back and forth between their legs? And I'm like, holy cow, those things are huge. He's running around trying to sire. And that was one of the, so I asked my father-in-law, I said, this happens a lot, doesn't it? He says, oh yeah, all the time. This thing's out there trying to lay babies. This, that, and the other.
He's humping everything.
He's humping everything he can. That's how they board more horses. And he's like,
Right.
I'll be damned. Every time one of these mares gets pregnant and the first thunderstorm that comes through, I'm out there birthing horses. Like, they're the most disgusting animals out there. It's like any moment of loud thunder crack or anything like that, he's got to go deal with the early births of the horses and everything. Then the poor little ponies are hopefully alive. A lot of them are stillborn as a result of that because the thunderstorm scared the hell out of them. But they're disgusting animals.
Yeah.
They're beautiful
So
watching
I
a
feel
racetrack.
like I should offer
disgusting
these
animal.
horses to come to my cave for my July 4th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Otherwise, they'll be in labor. They'll be in labor. So you need to have
They'll be in
all the
labor.
horses with you. Yeah.
It's like, I'll be damned. Every time there's a thunderstorm and those mares are pregnant, they end up birthing them early. It gets scared the hell out of them. And you can do.
You know, not a horse, but kind of the same thing. I'm gonna assume you guys don't have this out in St. Louis or Chicago, but we have burro races here where like you run like, I don't know, it's like a 10-mile race, but you have to run with your burro the whole way.
What's
Okay.
a burro,
I think they're
like a
frowned upon now.
donkey?
donkey.
Well, anybody else want to say donkey? I don't know. I mean,
Donkey.
When I say
Do they
burrow,
not-
it's
A
cuter.
burrow is either a donkey or a hole that I hide in.
Yeah.
good point. Let's say a donkey, because
Okay.
it's not a hole that you hide in. It's yeah, like I think it harkens back to like the mining days. Like they would use a burro to
Sure.
pack in their mining
Oh my
stuff.
god, that sounds like the most fun ever. I'm gonna run a race with a
Yes.
donkey.
And what's awesome about it is like you can't really watch the whole race because it's in the mountains. Like they'll go over a pass,
Sure.
but you can watch the finish. And sometimes at the finish,
So you're not riding the mule. You're running.
you're
with
holding it by a rope and trying to
Yeah.
get it. To run.
It's tethered to you. Yes.
And I hear they're stubborn, so sometimes like they just stop running. So you'll see the racer like trying to push the mule.
Sick.
Like,
So
Has
did
to be.
You see
anybody
like dragging the thing.
Yeah,
and poor
exactly.
thing just dragging the. What's that? Let's go.
they have a,
the hell out of it,
mule
poor
racing
thing.
triple crown out here. So there's one in Leadville, I think Fair Play,
nice.
and there's one in Buena Vista.
So,
Yeah.
McNew, I just want to remind you that there's a race in Colorado that involves sliding coffins down a hill.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Frozen Dead Guys Days. I'm gonna go next year. It's in March.
I'm gonna
And
go.
now we have one
I'm gonna go.
where you have to chase
Sounds
a
like
donkey.
She
Canadian,
turned
eh?
Canadian. She turned
Yeah,
Canadian.
go there,
I'm
eh? Yeah, hey
gonna
there.
go.
Frozen.
Oh, on
Yeah,
that one,
sorry.
I'm gonna go.
I'm going next
Oh,
year.
don't you know? Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna
Well,
go.
don't you know? You betcha. Now we're getting
You
Minnesota.
I don't know where that came from. I'm very excited. I'm going. It's on my calendar. I'm going because I learned about it this year, but 2 weeks before it happened, so I couldn't make that work for me.
What about that one where you run down the hill with the big giant wheel of cheese? Are you gonna do that one too?
No, it's
Oh my God, I've seen that one. Those people are crazy. They break femurs.
Why would you do this? I don't understand. How does this shit get started? And it's like, oh yeah, well, we always do that. We got to run down.
Usually starts with alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually starts with Deer Hammer single malt. You know.
Circle back to Lenny's donkeys. Did you guys grow up with the donkey basketball, like for fundraisers at your high school?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Okay. That's a thing in the Midwest. At least in Indiana, we do donkey basketball.
Yes. So the teachers are on some donkeys, and then the seniors are on other
What the
donkeys.
fuck is this about?
And people
And
would
they play basketball.
I never heard of this.
You would ride
Never
a
heard
donkey
of it.
in the gym. They would bring these donkeys to the gym. They would literally shit on the gym floor, and people would come clean it up. And they would play basketball.
That's what you have freshmen for.
Yeah,
The freshmen pick up the donkey shit.
This was a thing?
Yes.
This is a thing.
I never heard of it. I never heard of
You
it.
circled this date on the calendar. Wow.
Donkey
St.
thing.
Louis.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say, my high school does it still every year. My brother played for several years because his kids go now. So he's like, I got to fucking participate. So they raise their money. Like, he has to go.
Yes. Well,
What is the ABV Network Buena Vista Donkey Race
yeah, we
Summit
need to
gonna
do that.
happen?
We need to do that.
This sounds interesting.
So I just want to talk about.
August?
I'm
I'll
going
look
to give
it
a
up.
call
Hold on.
out to James Such
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
for doing the bike race
He is.
jerseys
Bourbon Burn.
Yep.
Yep.
for the Bourbon Burn. But if we can race donkeys in Colorado,
You could repurpose the bike race.
no, let's get another
Jerseys.
T-shirt
We
going.
gotta get a donkey racing shirt.
Well, no,
Okay.
so I
Donkey
already
race.
have a jersey. And I told
We're
bikes.
we needed a shirt that says "We race asses and we drink bourbon."
Oh. We race asses and we drink bourbon.
Or
Yeah.
we could say we're here for ass and bourbon. That works too.
We are here for ass and bourbon.
Ass and bourbon.
Oh,
The shadows of the
This
Grand.
is
off
why
each other.
she is the Grand Tetons of
Yes,
the
within the
ABV.
shadows of the Grand Tetons.
This is why McNew is the Grand Tetons of the ABV network.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we learn is French for something, and that makes it a lot
I
more
learned
sense.
something today.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. So, well, there you go. Happy National I Love Horse Day. Sound like we're all big horse fans here. So yeah, big time fans. So
Huge
it's
fans.
just it's a bad animal. I don't understand what the.
I
I
feel
mean,
like
I get a working if. I get the working one. It's like you just go down to New Orleans and there's a guy with the taffy truck and he's got the horse pulling. Okay, that's a working horse. That's where you might need a horse. Other than that, I don't know who else needs these damn things. Horses are.
You know, that's what I was going to say. Too bad Demetrius isn't on here. He said, "Yeah, we work them. They help us do all this work around the house, and
I'm
then when they
fine.
die, we eat them. You know, we it's like we take them all the way through. It don't matter. It's fine. We love our horses. I can see
love
Demetrius being like, "What the? Yeah, of course we love horses."
No, no. Jim would eat a horse.
dog that's kind of horse sized. He's pony sized at least.
Yeah.
He's-
Jim eats. He's got a whole list of animals he's eating. I'm sure horse is in there. I mean, why not? Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So many of them. So
I
yeah.
was
was
back
happy
in the
when
shop
we were
last
in trouble.
week, and he was talking about spearing a human.
Doing
He wants
what
to
to
do
a human?
that. Yes.
Is he cannibal now?
He wants to eat a human?
No, he was like, if they infiltrate my compound, I will spear a human. I'm just assuming it's going to eat it,
Sure. Well, sure.
Like on
Once
a
you-
sandwich?
Why not?
Yeah.
especially
Some
on a
shredded
sandwich
cheese?
with shredded cheese.
Oh, yeah. Look at Lenny shaking his head.
It's just like you'd have to move that up with like some Gouda or some Stilton or something like that to
Right.
dress
Like
that
a
up.
nice Havarti.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you can class it up, it starts to make sense.
I humans would be
Human
weird.
now.
Like if you got somebody with a really shitty diet, like their meat's gonna be real shitty. But if you get somebody that like takes care of themselves,
You
that's
think so?
probably, like,
So you think Lenny would be better tasting than the rest of us?
Lenny would be better
Probably.
tasting than Steve and I are quite larger men.
Yeah.
I think that we'd be more flavorful.
You do.
Where's this
You're
going?
like a pork steak.
Well, yeah. We're the pork steak or ribeye of people.
That's right.
So I don't know. I never want to try. I know that. I want to be in a situation where, that sounds
We're going
terrible.
to talk about Jim spearing humans. That's a whole nother topic.
Jim's going to spear humans. So, because they're coming onto his compound. Have you ever seen his compound? He lives like his neighbors. He always talks about way out in the country, way out there. His neighbors are closer to his house than mine. I actually walked up into the wrong driveway because they're so close together. I walked up at the wrong and bang on the door. Oh, fuck, that's not Jim's place. I walked 10 feet over to his house. He's way out in the country. My whole subdivision has like 40 houses. His has probably got 300. I mean, it's a huge subdivision you're driving through. I get it. It's way out there, but there's a lot of people.
A less safe house to be undressed in than your own.
Oh yeah. My house. Yeah. You're pretty much okay. And I don't know that anybody saw me when the warden breached protocol there, but it just aggravated me because she knows what the protocol is, and she decides just open that door anyway. She could have closed the garage and then come in and then be like, oh, okay, yeah. I'm like, hey,
That's your job, just like our job's taking out the trash.
Yeah.
No respect.
No respect, Steve.
I'm fine with it. If the neighbor was standing there and they want to see, if they want to look in and see me standing at my kitchen table in my underwear, I don't care. That's fine. But then if there's any blowback, I don't want her to be mad and be like, oh, this is ridiculous. Now the neighbors are talking about that. No, you caused that, and now you have to deal with the ramifications. I'm fine with it.
You know,
I'm not putting pants on in my own house.
Exactly.
If you see me naked in my own house, like that's on you. Don't look in my fucking
Exactly.
Well, it's your
I don't
problem.
have blinds on any of my windows. You want to look in here? Drink it in.
Mind you, or enjoy and Venmo me $5, whatever.
Venmo me.
I mean, either ignore me or pay me. I don't know here.
Oh God, I hate to think about. She's gonna have her Venmo now in her plugs. It'll be.
Oh, wrap it up.
She's gonna be walking. She's gonna get a QR code tattooed on her arm in Key West.
Yeah.
Here's how you hit me up.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It goes right to my OnlyFeed
I'll
account.
just stick the barcode on my hotel window because apparently I leave those.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
She leaves it. Yeah, she leaves her hotel window open.
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah. Or get undressed, totally nude.
Aaron Andrews, McNew.
And
Same story.
Yeah. All right. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Kathy, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you?
Yeah, don't find me. Just don't.
Don't look
Not
at
this one.
Kathy's window's open right now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. There it is. There you go. Tim, how about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me at KK Cast Strength on Instagram or at Swy Guy 2112 at the Horse Place.
There you go. All right. Lenny.
You can find me and the rest of Deerhammer on social media at Deerhammer, on the webs at deerhammer.com. You can go find our bottles at the ABV Barrel Shop. And if you're not in Arnold, Missouri, you can hop online to sealbox.com and find some really tasty Deerhammer single barrels there as well.
Oh, yeah. He's rolling in the Sealbach money now, folks. So, yeah.
New bottles all the time.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's
Hell
still
yeah.
his own.
drinking the same glass.
And Lewis style.
Yeah. He's going to dedicate himself to mule racing. So there you go. All right, McNew. How about you?
I am on Instagram at McNew ABV and undressed in various windows, apparently.
There you go. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. That's the one you got to check out because everything that we do is out there. We put all those previous shows. We put our blog, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us. As Lenny mentioned, not only do we have Deerhammer, we've probably got about 23, 24, 25 other barrel picks at any given time. So check us out online. Sign up for our email and text distribution over at abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with the national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.